So, guys, look, over the years, we've all covered our fair share of NBA media days, but we know that those days are usually where you get the most cliched answers and a lot of verbal gymnastics to avoid creating bulletin board material. Well, that was until today, as you just heard. Over the last 5 or 6 years, we've seen the evolution of LeBron James, both as a man and a basketball player. Having grown up in the spotlight, we've seen this play out in front of our eyes. So I say this with the utmost respect. He's calculated, and he's as calculated as they come. He understands the weight of his words as well as any athlete I've ever been around. So what happened today when he was asked about his relationship with his now former teammate Kyrie Irving, well, to quote Duke from Rocky IV, you cut him, you hurt him.
Try to do whatever I could do to help the kid out, be the best player he can be. And I wish the kid great health, and the kid wanted to do what was best for his, for his career. You know, I try to do whatever I could, just try to help the kid be as great as he could be or as great as he wanted to be, and and that's it.
So it's not just the fact that he kept calling him a kid, and not just the way he so matter-of-factly said it. It's how much we all know that Kyrie is hearing that, and at best he's rolling his eyes, and at worst he's incensed. Why do I feel this is Kyrie's reaction? Because we've all been there. Come on, man, we've been in this spot. It was a tactical move in a game of mental warfare between LeBron and the Cavs and Kyrie and the Celtics. You know, the fight before the fight. To quote The Art of War, the supreme art of war is to subdue the enemy without fighting. LeBron James wins the first battle before it even started. Mark, do you think LeBron is happy or sad based on his comments that Kyrie is gone?
Well, he mentioned that they had a phone conversation, and he mentioned that Kyrie said that he had decided to leave. The interesting thing to me is there was no please stay.
Right.
According to what he told us. So that tells me, okay, you, just like with his son, you want to go. But everything's changing now. And he shouldn't be his friend. This is his biggest competition. This is the Boston Celtics. This is the team he was in the Eastern Conference Finals against, and now some people think the Celtics are bigger. So I can't wait to go to that first game in Cleveland, man.
I'm with you.
Let's start at it right from the beginning.
Yeah, for sure. KP, the weird part about it is what Mark pointed out. He was traded to their biggest rival, which I don't think we've seen before.
No, there's not a lot of precedent for this in NBA history, and it adds a fascinating layer to this. Now, I will say in LeBron's defense, I think he said kid later in the press conference. It's possible that when you've been in the league as long as LeBron has, everyone becomes kid to you.
Okay. Called Isaiah Thomas a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but let's face it.
But he's the new kid.
There is a certain, like, if you say it that many times, and you know, you've been the younger guy before, so you hear that, you're like, I mean, I'm not a kid. Come on.
Yeah.
Well, it reminded me of when Kobe was talking about Raja Bell back in the 2006 playoffs. Like, who is this kid? You remember that?
Yeah.
Well, it's time for Kyrie to get out of those shadows, too.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you got to be careful what you wish for. This is a different ball game. Boston is a huge, big market. This isn't Cleveland anymore. So if he doesn't lead this team to the promised land, it's going to be on him. It's not going to be LeBron taking the questions. It's going to be him with the pressure. He's going to, you know, there's a lot that comes with being the man. And let's see where he goes. He wanted this, and now he has it, but I think it was time for him to do it.
I covered Shaq when he split with Kobe in the Lakers in Miami, and I remember, man, Shaq wanted to rub it into Kobe every single time.
Did you go to the Christmas game?
I was at all those Christmas games. Ooh. There were 3 of them.
One here.
Yeah, there was all of them that they were just, the intensity felt like a playoff game on both sides, okay? We're talking about Kobe, who wanted to show people how much he could do without Shaq. And then he just didn't have the better team at that point. But later, Kobe was able to show people and showcase to the entire world how great he really was.
But I think a very similar thing, to go back to what Mark said, you know, he could never not be the kid in Cleveland. In Boston, that's going to change dramatically. And it was very similar with Kobe and Shaq.